So today we're gonna adding and subtracting and then multiplying the radical expression. So we're gonna do some method with the combined like terms. So the like radicals, the radical with the same index, right? And then same the radicand, then you can do the combined like terms. Okay, you can do the like terms. So for example, like the same index, this is a square root, and then this is square root, and then we have a same radicand, right? 17 and then 17. Then your job is just adding 3 and 5. Okay, so which is 8, right? 3 plus 5 is 8, and then square root of 17. This is the combined like terms. Okay. So the radicand is stay the same, 17, 17, and then square root and the square root, the same thing. Only the number, the front of the root, right? So 3 and 5 is adding up and then 8. Okay. And the next example is the third root. As you can see, we have a same index and then same radicand. So that's why we have to subtract 7 and 12. Okay. So that's why this is 7 minus 12 is negative 5. And then the root is gonna be the same. Okay. So the answer is negative 5 and the third root of 5z. Okay. But next example is, as you can see, we have a different index. We have 2 and we have 3. So this is not like, okay? If it's not like, even though we have a same radicand, 2 and 2, right? But they have a different, the index. So that's why we cannot adding up 3 plus 5. This is just this, okay? Just copy down. You cannot combine this together, okay? Because they have two different index, okay? So if index and then the one of them is the different, then you cannot combine, okay? Any other question? Then what about this one? Square root of 24 and then plus 3 square root of 54. I know the index is the same, but the radicand is 24 and then 54. But yesterday we learned about like this, how to, the simplify the square root of 24. So square. So we have to thinking about the the square is the 1 and then 4 and 9 and 16. These are the options. So I think we can use 4 with 24. So I think we can do 4 times 6, right? And then 54 is the 9 times 6. Okay. So 4 times 6 is 24, and then 9 times 6 is 54. But as you can see, square root of 9 is 3, the square root of 4 is 2, right? This is 3, right? So that's why I'm going to do 2 square root of 4, and then 3 times 3 square root of 6. Because of that, square root of 9 is 3, square root of 4 is 2, right? And then 3 is just same thing. So that 2 square root of 4 plus 9. 3 times 3 is 9. And then 6. Oh, sorry. 6, sorry. And then 6. 3 times 3 is a 6, right? So now we can combine this together, right? Because same index and radicand. So 2 plus 9, which is 11 square root of 6. That's the final answer. Okay. All right. And the letter B has third root. So we have to thinking about perfect cube. So 1, 8, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, and then 27, 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, and then 64, 4 times 4 times 4 is 64, and they keep going, right? So 24, I think we can use 8. So third root of 8 times 3, and then 4, and then third root of 81 is 27 times 3. We can do that. And then plus third root of 3. 3 is just 3. And then this one is 2 cube. So 2 and the cube root of 3 minus 4. And then this one, 27 is a 3 cube. So 3. So times 3 and then cube root of 3 and then plus cube root of 3. Okay, so because the cube root of 27 is cube root of 3 cube, okay? So that's why it's 3, okay? All right, okay? So that's why this one is the same thing. Third root of 8 is the third root of what? 2 cube, so that's why it's 2. Okay? So let's do simplified. 4 times 3 is 12. And then third root of 3, right? So as you can see, same index and the radicand, all right? So that's why we have to thinking about 2, and then we have to thinking about 12, negative 12, and then plus what? We have 1 here, right? So we have to do 2 minus 12 plus 1 with third root of cube, right? So 2 minus 12 plus 1 is what? Negative 10, negative 9. Yep. Negative 9 and the third root of 3. That's the final solution. Right? Any other questions? All right, keep going. Square root of 75 minus 3 square root 27x plus the square root of 12x. So 75, I think is you can rewrite as 25 times 3x, right? And the minus 27x, I think is one of these must be perfect square. So 9 is a perfect square. So 9 times 3x. And then plus 4 times 3x, right? So 4 and 9 and 25 is 5 and 3 and 2, right? So that's why this is 5 square root of 3x minus 3 times this one is the 3 square root of 3x and then 2 square root of 3x. And then these two you can multiply with 9. So we have same index with 3x, radicand 3x, right? So now we have to do just 5 minus 9 plus 2. So 5 and 9 minus 9 is negative 4. Negative 4 plus 2 is a negative 2. So the answer is negative 2 square root of 3x is the final answer. Okay. No question? Letter D, we have a square root 40 and a third root of 40. So the the square root of 40 is the one of these must be a perfect square. So 4 times 10. And then third root of 8 times 5. 8 is perfect cube. So this one is 2. This one is 3, right? And then, oops, sorry. And then square root of 10 and the third root of 5, right? With plus. But as you can see, this 2 is the different index and the radicand. So that is the answer. 2 square root of 10 plus 3 and then third root of, oh, not 2. Sorry. This is 2. Because third root of 8, sorry, 2 cube. So that's why it's 2. Okay, not 3. Okay. So 2 square root of 10 plus 2 and the third root of 5. Okay. No question. Okay. All right, then let's go to the letter E. The third root of 81, x to the fourth, plus third root of 3x to the fourth. So this one, I'm going to split up the 81 and the x to the fourth, like that. And then 81 is, one of them is a perfect square, so 27 times 3, right? I think we already did. So 27, and then that. And then this one is, you can split it up, right? Because this is x cubed times x to the 1 is x to the what? 3 plus 1. So that's why x to the fourth, right? Right there. Okay. And then plus third root of 3. And then times, oh, wait. Sorry. Yeah. And then times, so this is as 1. So this one and that one, I think. Ah, Sydney, just sorry. Uh, Somebody having trouble to log into that. Okay, so and then times, oops, root of x3 and then x. Right? So this one is that, and then that one, and then that one. So as you can see, this one is 3, right? And then third root of 3. And then times 3. Oh, this is x. This is x. And then third root of x. And then this one is just that. And then this one is just x. And then that one is this. Right? Okay. So as you can see, you can combine this one, that one, and and uh, and then this one, isn't it? X, X. Yep, this one. So this is 3x, and then you can combine these together. So this is the third root of 3x plus, then we have this x, and then these two is combined together. So that's why it's x, and then third root of 3x. So as you can see, we have 3x plus x is how many x? 4x, and then third root of 3x. This is the final answer. Okay. Okay. So just split up and then simplify and then do the combined like terms. Okay. Anything else? All right. So the next one is the fraction of the with the radical. So 20 the square root of 28 over 3 minus square root of 7 over 4. So first we have to simplify what is the square root of 28 is 4 times 7, which is 2 square root of 7. Okay, so 2 square root of 7 over 3 minus square root of 7 over 4. Okay, and then you have to thinking about what is the common denominator between 3 and 4, which is 12. So that's why we have to multiply by times by 4 and times by 4. This one is by 3 because it's the 4 times 3 is 12. So this one is 8 square root of 7 minus 3 square root of 7, right? All over what? 12. So 8 minus 3 is what? 5. So 5 square root of 7 all over what? 12. Okay. 5 square root of 7 over 12 is the final answer. Okay. And the next one is the third root of 6y over 64 plus 3 and then third root of 6x. So this one is just the third. You can split it on the top and the bottom. But this one, you can bring up 64 is the third root of 4 cubed. Isn't it 4 times 4 times 4 is 64? So that's why this is the 4. So actually, third root of 6y over 4. And then I'm going to make a fraction. 6y, like that. So this one is the same as over 1, right? Because I'm going to adding these two fractions. So we have to find the common denominator between 4 and 1, which is what? 4, right? So times 1. And then this is times by 4. So that's why this one is going to be third root of 6y over 4 plus 12, because 4 times 3 is 12, and third root of 6y over 4. So which is, we have third root of 6y plus 12 and the third root of 6y over 4. So we have 1 here, okay? If it's nothing there, that means it's 1. So that's why we have to do 1 plus 12, which is what? 13. So that's why 13, and then third root of 6y over what? 4 is the final answer. Okay. What about the multiplication? Do you have any other question? Okay. What about multiplication? So the square root of 5 and then times 2 and then do that. So this is the what? 2 square root of 5, okay? Plus the square root of 5 and then square root of 15. So 5 times 15 is 75. Okay. So let's simplify. 75, you can simplify it. 25 times 3, right? You can split it up. 25 times 3 is 75. So square root of 25 is 5. So that's it, right? Okay. So 2 square root of 5 plus 5 square root of 3 is the final answer. Okay. So after you distribute it, then make sure if you can the simplify the radical, okay, then you can just simplify, okay. This one is kind of binomial, right? We have two terms by another terms, right? So this is by FOIL, okay? This is by FOIL. So that's why first This is the first. And then outer, and the inner, and the last. Okay? This is the first, outer, inner, last. Foil. Okay? So square root of 2 times square root of 6 is the square root of 12. Okay? And then this is 2 square root of 2. And then this is minus 30, right? 5 times 6. And then this is minus 2 square root of 5. Okay? But you have to simplify it, right? This one is, you can do 4 times 3. And then 2 square root 2, I mean, you don't have to do that. You cannot do that. Square root of 30 is just what? I think you cannot simplify 5 times 6. So it's none of them is uh, the perfect square. So, and then 2 square root 5 is just like that. So this is the 2 square root 3 plus 2 square root 2 minus square root 30 and then minus 2 square root 5. But none of them is the what? None of them is the like terms. So that's why I know the answers looks weird, but that's the final answer. 2 square root of 3 plus 2 square root of 2 and then minus square root of 30 and then minus 2 square root of 5. Yeah. Mhm. So that's the final solution. Okay. So if there is no like term, then just, just leave it like that. Okay. Same as the letter C, FOIL. Okay. So 3 square root of Z times 2 square root of Z and then plus 3 square root of Z times 3 and then negative 4 times 2 square root of Z and then negative 4 times and positive 3. So this one is the 6 square root of the Z square. Z times Z is Z square. And then 9 square root of Z minus 8 square root of Z minus 12. Okay. So what is the square root of Z square? This is just the square root of the Z square, which is just Z, right? So actually this is 6Z plus this one is what? This is the like terms, right? Same index and the same radicand, right? So 9 minus 8 is just 1 square root of Z and then minus 12. That's the final answer. So this one is just right there, right? Okay. No question. Okay. Letter D, perfect square. So perfect square is twice. Okay. You can do the FOIL, okay? Or you can do a square minus 2ab plus b square. Okay, you can do that, but I'm going to use the FOIL, okay? Just try to keep one method. That, and then negative 3 times negative 3. So this is the F O I F. So this one is 36, square root of 36, and then negative 3 square root of 6, and then another negative 3 over square root of 6, and then plus 9. And then Square root of 36 is just 6. And then this one is the like terms, minus 6, square root of 6 plus 9. But we have another like terms, 6 and 9, which is 15. So 15 minus 6 square root of 6. That's the final answer. Right? Okay. So this one is the, okay, and then this one and that one is 15. Okay. So everything else is the FOIA. Okay. But letter E, we have like, if you look at the first term and the second term is a perfect square, but this two is the different, right? I mean, you can do the FOIA, okay? But the easy is the formula is a plus b and the a minus b. Do you remember? A squared minus b squared. I think this is the way faster. So that's why we can do the square root of 5x times square root of 5x and then minus 3 times 3. Okay. This is it. This is talking about a squared and the b squared with minus. Okay. So the first one is going to be 25x squared minus 9. So the square root of 25 is 5, and then square root of x squared is x, right? So this is the 5x, and then minus 9. Okay, so the answer is just 5x minus 9. Okay, and the letter F. I know, and this is, so this two is the same, right? It's the same. But I'm going to use that method, like, the a plus b square is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. This is the formula. Okay. So what is a? A is this is a, and this is the b. Okay. Then now you have to do a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So I'm going to replace the a and b. Okay. So a is square root of x plus 2 and then square it. And then 2ab is 2 times square root of x plus 2 times 3, right? That is the 2ab. And then last one is the b squared, which is 3 squared. So what is the square root of square? That is index. Can you see that? Index is a square, and then exponent is the another square, so that's why we can take it off. So that's why this is just x plus 2 plus 2 and 3 is you can multiply, so 6 square root of x plus 2 and then plus 9. So which one is the like terms? As you can see, 2 and 9 is the like terms. So x plus 2 plus 9 is 11 plus 6 square root of x plus 2. The order, it doesn't matter, okay? You can put the 6 square root of x plus 2, yeah, you can put that in, or 11 first, or x first, it doesn't matter, okay? So the answer is x plus 11 plus 6 square root of x plus 2, okay? So on this letter F, I mean, you can do the FOIA, okay? But the easiest way is this, okay? All right. But I'm gonna write down if you have a minus, then you can use a squared minus 2ab and then plus b squared. You can use that, okay? Any other question before we do the practice problem? Okay, then here is the practice problem. 3 square root of 27 minus 2 square root of 18 plus square root of 48. So first, I'm going to do 3 and then 9 times 3, okay? And then 2 and then 9 times 2. So one of them must be perfect square, okay? Because it's talking about the square root. And then 48, 16 times 3. So this one, this, and that one is going to be changed because these are the perfect square. So 3 times 3 square root of 3, right? Minus 2 times 3 square root of 2 plus 4 square root of 3, right? Okay. And then let's do the multiplication. 3 times 3 and then 2 times 3. So this is 9 square root of 3, 6 square root of 2, and then 4 square root of 3. So which one is the like terms? These two, right? Not negative 6 square root of 2 is only one. So square root of 3 and square root of 3, same, the index and radicand. So 9 plus 4 is, which is 13. 13 square root of 3 minus 6 square root of 2. That's the final answer. Okay. Any other questions so far? All right, so this one, we have a number and letter, so number and B, so I'm gonna split it up first. Square root 25 and square root B cube, and then 81. Okay, so let's simplify what is the square root of B cube. B cube is the B squared times B, isn't it? So that's why this is the B square root of B, right? Okay. So that's why I'm gonna replace this with b square root of b. Okay, so this is gonna be 5b square. Oh, I'm gonna change the letter. I mean color. B square root of b, and then plus 9b square root of b minus 2, and then b square root of b because of this. Okay, so my question is, which one is the like term? Everything is the like terms. 3b and then 9b and then negative 2b. So you have to do 5b plus 9b minus 2b with the square root of b, right? So 5b is 14b, 14b minus 2b is 12b, and then square root of 6 is the final answer. Okay. Okay. Any other question? Number 3, we have to find the common denominator between 9 and 8, which is 72. So that's why multiple by 8, and then this is multiple by 9. So this one is the 40 square root of 5, because 8 times 5. And then plus 27 square root of 5 all over 72. So that's why 40 plus 27, which is 67, square root of 5 all over 72. Okay. And then 67 and 72, I think we can then reduce. So just look like that. Okay. All right, number 4. So the square root of 45. So this one, square root of 45, 9 times 5x, right? Yeah. And then over 4. And then plus square root of 5x, and then square root of 4. We can split it up. So that's why this is 3 square root of 5x over 4. And then this is square root of 5x over 2. right? Because this one is the 3, and then that one is the 2, right? And then what is the common denominator between 5 and 2? Which is 4. So that's why multiply by 1, and then this is multiplied by 2. So that's why this is 1 times 3 square root of 5 is 3 square root of 5x plus 2 square root of 5x all over what? 4. So that's why this is 5 square root of 5x over 4. 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay. So the answer is 5 square root of 5x all over 4. Okay. Any questions? So number 5 is just combined like terms. 5 and 3 is unlike terms. And then this one, see here, index is 2, exponent is 8. They are the same. So 5 plus 3 is 8. And then 9 plus 9 is 18. And then square root of y to the 8. Okay. But I think we can reduce by that. Okay. This is the y to the what? Exponent divided by index. So which is 4. So that's why the answer is 8 plus 18 and then y to the 4th. Okay. Or you can say it is 2, right? So same index exponent. So you can cross out. So that's why this is the y to the 4th. Okay. Almost done. Any other question? All right. Next one, third root, 16. So we have to thinking about perfect cube. So 1, 8, or 8 and what, 27, 64, 125, these numbers, right? So this one, root of 8 times 2, because 8 is perfect cube of 2, and then plus 27 times 2. 27 times 2 is a 54. So as you can see, third root of 8 is 2, and the third root of 27 is 3, right? So that's why times 2, third root of 2, and then this is 3, and then third root of 2. So that's why this is negative 8, because this 2 is negative 8, and third root of 2, and then 3, and then third root of 2. But we can combine only number, negative 8 and 3, which is negative 5. So that's why this is negative 5, and then third root of 2. Okay, so negative 5, third root of 2. So same idea with the number 7. So I'm going to bring on the top here, third root of 125, and then third root of x to the 4th. So this one is 125 is a 5 cube, and then this one, x cubed plus times x to the 1 is x to the 4th, right? Okay. So that's why the answer is, not answer, 5, because this is a cross out. And then this is also cross out, so it will be x, and then third root of x, right? Okay. So if I rewrite this, 5x, and then third root of x, plus 2x, and then third root of x, all over, we have a same common denominator, so that's why we can make over 11. And then as you can see, these two is the like terms because they have a same index and are vacant. So 5x plus 2x, which is 7x. So 7x and then third root of x all over 11. Okay. So that's the final answer. And number 8 is the 2 repeat, right? So like I said, if you have, I think I'm going to use the fast way, a minus b squared. I mean, you can do the FOIL, okay? That is a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So like I said, this is a, this is b. So you have to do the a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So I'm going to replace a and b, okay? So that, okay? Minus 2 times square root 2 times square root of 7. And then plus square root of 7 square. Okay? So what is the square root of 2 squared? So you have a same index and then exponent is the same, then you can take it out, right? So that's why this one is going to be 2 minus 2 square root of 14. And then this one is what? 7. Okay. So only like term is, as you can see, 2 and 7. So 2 plus 7, which is 9 minus 2 square root of 14. Okay. Okay. And then this 2 binomial, right? Two terms. So I think this is the FOIL, is the only one method, like that. And then plus 2 square root of x times 5. And then 6. And then 9 square root of x. And then 6 times 5, like that. So this one is 18 square root of x squared, right? 2 and 9 and then square root of x and the square root of x, so that's why square root of x squared plus 10 square root of x. 54, 6 times 9 is 54, and then plus 30. Yeah. So what is square root of x squared? It's just x, right? So that's why this is 18x. But as you can see, these two is the like terms. And then these two, oh, wait a minute. Nope. It's 30. Right? Only these two, right? 10 square root of x and then 54 square root of x. So we have to do 10 plus 54, right? 10 plus 54, which is what? 64? So the final answer is 18x plus 64 square root of x, and then what? Plus 30. Okay. These two is the non-like terms, okay? So that's why 18x plus 64 square root of x plus 30. Okay. And then I got last one, and then I'll let you go. So if you have, I mean, you can use FOIL, okay? But I'm gonna show you the fast way. A plus b squared is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So that's why I'm gonna write down the formula on the top. And as you can see, this is a and this is the b, okay? So square root of 2 squared, and then 2 times square root of 2 times x, and then x, and then square. So like I said, the square root of 2 and then another square, index and the exponent is the same, so that's why it's 2. And then this is 2x square root of 2. And then x squared is x times x is x squared. But as you can see, none of them is the like term. So the final answer is 2 plus 2x square root of x, and then plus x squared. Okay. Okay.